Hello students, I am Pitambar Gadve. Today we will see radiation heat transfer. As we already know, there are three modes of heat transfer, that is conduction, convection and radiation. To understand the fundamental concepts of radiation, let us consider a hot body. Let us consider a hot body which is suspended in a surrounding medium, suspended in a surrounding evacuated space. Let us consider it is placed in a vacuum chamber which is maintained at a temperature of, let us consider this vacuum chamber is at room temperature. Then this hot body eventually cools down and reaches to the thermal equilibrium with surrounding temperature. That is, this hot body loses its heat to the surrounding vacuum chamber. This transfer of heat cannot be takes place by conduction or convection, because heat transfer by conduction or convection does not take place in a vacuum or evacuated space. So, heat transfer from this hot body to this surrounding vacuum chamber takes place by another mechanism which is called as radiation. Therefore, we can say heat transfer from hot body to chamber takes place by radiation. To understand the fundamental concepts of radiation, we have to keep in mind 5 important points. So let us discuss these 5 points. First point is all solid and liquid surfaces emits thermal radiation at all temperatures except absolute zero temperature. So first point is all solid and liquid surfaces emits thermal radiation at all temperatures So let us consider one body. Let us consider a body. Suppose this is a body which is maintained at a temperature of T. Suppose this is one surface of a body which is maintained at a temperature of T, and the radiation emitted by this surface, this body, due to it is virtue of its temperature T, it emits the radiation, and this radiation emitted by this surface is calculated by using Stefan-Boltzmann law. So by using Stefan-Boltzmann law, we can easily determine this radiation emitted by the surface. Therefore, so radiation emitted, rate of emission per unit area is directly proportional to 4th power of its absolute temperature. So we can say, or we can write, rate of heat transfer or rate of thermal radiation Q per unit area is directly proportional to 4th power of its absolute temperature. 4th power of its absolute temperature. So Q by A is directly proportional to T raised to 4. Now we will see second point. The second point is the thermal radiation is emitted is emitted in the form of electromagnetic waves, in the form of electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves. So second point is thermal radiation emitted by the surface is in the form of electromagnetic waves. And to understand this, let us draw the spectrum of electromagnetic waves. So let us consider this is a spectrum of electromagnetic waves. This is 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, this wavelength which is in micrometer, 10 raised to minus 2, 10 raised to minus 4, 10 raised to minus 6, 10 raised to minus 8, and towards right hand side we have 10 raised to 2, 10 raised to 4, 10 raised to 6 and 10 raised to 8. So the higher wavelength radiations, these higher wavelength radiations are called as either these are microwaves or radio waves. So we can write microwaves or radio waves, whereas the smaller wavelength radiations, these smaller wavelength radiations are called as alpha gamma rays. And here the thermal radiation lies between on a spectrum of electromagnetic waves. The thermal radiation occurs in between 0.1 to 10 micron. 0.1 to 10 micron, we can say this is a thermal radiation. This radiation is called as thermal radiation. And here in this heat transfer subject, we have to focus on thermal radiation which lies between 0.1 to 10 micron range. And incidentally, the visible light also lies in between thermal radiation, and that is in between 0.4 to 0.7 micron. 0.4 to 0.7 micron visible light is also occurred in between this range. Now when we draw the sinusoidal wave for this electromagnetic spectrum, we get to the left hand side which having smaller wavelength. Okay, so when there is a smaller wavelength, we have a higher the frequency, means smaller the wavelength, then we have higher the frequency of waves. So this wavelength looks like this. So left hand side alpha rays, beta rays and gamma rays having higher frequency, whereas microwave rays, radio waves having smaller frequency. Means we can say this wavelength is inversely proportional to frequency. Now we will move towards third point. In addition to the emitting radiation, the surface has capacity to absorb radiation fall on it. So let us consider third point. In addition to emitting radiation, a surface has capacity to absorb radiation emitted by surrounding surfaces, surrounding surfaces surfaces and falling on it, and falling on it. So let us consider one surface. This is a surface which is at a temperature of T, and we know when any surface emits the radiation due to it is at some temperature T, so it has capacity to emit the radiation as well as it has capacity to absorb the radiation emitted by the surrounding surfaces. So let us consider these are the surrounding surfaces. These are the surrounding surfaces. These are surrounding surfaces, and this surface has capacity to absorb the radiation emitted by these surrounding surfaces and which are falling on the surface. Now, fourth point is a surface emits the radiation in all directions. A surface emits the radiation in all directions encompassed by hemisphere. A surface emits radiation. Surface emits radiation in all directions. In all directions encompassed by a hemisphere. Encompassed by a hemisphere. Okay, let us consider the surface. Suppose this is a surface. It emits the radiation in all directions. So let us consider this. These are the radiation emitted by this surface. Radiation in all directions. So this radiation emitted by this surface in all directions is encompassed by a hemispherical shape. This is encompassed by a hemispherical shape. So radiation emitted by the surface in all direction is encompassed by hemispherical shape. So we can say, so radiation is emitted in all directions, that is encompassed by a hemispherical shape. And fifth point is the radiation heat exchange. Fifth point is radiation heat exchange between two surfaces when the space between surfaces is vacuum or is filled with some gas that does not participate in a heat exchange anyway. Okay, so let us discuss point number 5. The radiation heat exchange between two surfaces when space between these is vacuum or is gas, or that space is occupied by the gas, doesn't take part in a heat exchange anyway. So meaning of this is, when there is a radiation heat transfer between two surfaces, then these two surfaces are either, the space between these two surfaces are either vacuum, or if there is any gas between these two surfaces, that gas should not be take part in this heat transfer, radiation heat transfer in any way. For example, we know, suppose person is standing in front of fire and there is a colder medium which is air in between. So radiation heat exchange takes place between person and fire, but there is medium here which is colder than these two bodies, but that air does not take part into the radiation heat exchange. We can consider another example for this. So solar radiation reaches to the earth's surface. So both these bodies are at higher temperature and there is a medium which is at lower temperature, colder medium than these two. So heat exchange takes place from solar sun to the earth's surface, but the medium between these two does not take part into this. Thank you.